Oh, you're filming it? Sweet, let's do it. Well, I got started in the music world when I was probably about 7. I started keyboard, and then it kind of, I had a few friends that played guitar, and then I was like, I want to do that. So I did, and now it's kind of evolved into a lot more things. So, you know, playing guitar for Fleur and Larissa, and it's just evolved, and it's something that I took naturally. I think I didn't really. I mean, I always practice, but it's the sort of practicing where I'm just sitting in front of the telly and stuff, and I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, it's always great to have people teach you, but then there's a lot of it that's quite personal to yourself, which makes a guitarist, you know. But yeah, I reckon when I guitar-wise, I started when I was about 12. So yeah, no, it's wicked. It's good. My biggest goal musically. Well, I think there's a few things on my bucket list that I have already ticked off, which I'm very lucky to have. And I play in the O2 Arena, not just once but twice. That was on there, the Royal Albert Hall. It was amazing to play at the Olympic Park during the Olympics. And but next, I think maybe an American tour and that sort of thing. Yeah. So that's what I'm after. Yeah, sort of eventually live in America in a nice house with, you know, all that. My favourite guitar that I own is probably the one that's in my hands now, the Gibson SG, because it's there you are. It's nice. It's getting vintage now as well, which is cool. But the Fender's brilliant. The Fender's really good, and I've played the Fender a lot more recently because it's I used it on the Lionel Richie tour, and there's a lot more you can do with it than the SG. So I'd like to modify it a bit as well in time. But yeah, I think the SG is my favourite just because I've had it from quite a young age, and the guitar I want is a Manson, which is what Muse use, and they're like amazing guitars, and they're all custom. So I'd love to be able to meet the guy that makes them, Manson, Hugh Manson, and actually get a guitar from him. That'd be amazing, amazing. My biggest musical idol in the guitar world has got to be Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, because he's such a distinctive player, and Matt Bellamy's there as well. But I think Matt Bellamy took a lot from Tom Morello, and yeah, Rage Against the Machine are one of my favourite bands, and what he does with that guitar is just amazing. You know, all these new sounds and stuff, and I think that's where guitar should go. Like, you know, more, especially this day and age, more modern, newer, unique sounds. So yeah, Tom Morello, definitely. My favourite music venue, I think the O2 Arena, just because I've been to so many gigs there, and it's just wild performing there because there's so many people, and it's crazy. Yeah, I'd say the O2 definitely. I mean, the Royal Albert Hall for sound, but in terms of experience, the O2 Arena. Well, the best gig that I've been to is probably Limp Bizkit at the HMV Forum in Kentish Town, because I grew up with Limp Bizkit, and they were one of the first bands that I really got into guitar from, and it was a small venue, and it was crazy. It was really good fun, and I've been to quite a few, but yeah, I think the Limp Bizkit gig tops the list. It's more intimate. Tour it's an amazing experience. It can be relaxed. There's a lot of travelling involved, so bring your headphones and your iPod, because there's a lot of travelling, and it's just great playing to different people around the country, and you know, it's a fascinating experience, definitely. Anyone that wants to go on tour, like, I mean, you know, bring your toothbrush, and as I said, your iPod, because you're gonna need it. I want my students to achieve. I mean, I want them to be happy. I want them to have fun doing it, because I wouldn't, if I didn't enjoy music, I wouldn't be doing it. So I don't want to be too strict. I'm never too strict to my students currently, and we have a bit of fun. And I want them to know what they want to learn on the guitar, and I'll teach them their favourite artists, you know, their favourite songs, and then, but also there is an element of strictness, I guess, where you have to, like, scales and chords and stuff. When once we get all of that out of the way, so they can be a bit more creative. That's what I want to achieve.
What's your favourite cheese?
My favourite cheese. My favourite cheese is probably roulette. It's like a cream cheese, French. Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's probably my favourite cheese. Yeah.